All right. Good morning, everybody. I am Ryan. I am co-founder of Precision Trading Labs. Coming to you live today on this Monday, the beginning of the week. Wanted to get a video out, just kind of giving you the market's already thrown us a couple of curveballs. So this week's bit going to be full of surprises. You want to be able to know where to react and how. So I'm going to go in, jump at the market. Market's been open for like 2.5 hours and it was already like, I saw people panic and I saw people ready. So I want to jump into the charts and I want to get right to what's going on and give you my take. I want to look at two very similar looking chart patterns that I was looking at in the market. We can use the broad market for this. I was talking to a student about it on Thursday, turned into a trade on Friday, and then one just happened now. So let's just go take a look at it. Let's see if we can future pace and look at what this week's action might hold and see if it kind of give us a tone for the week. Monday really does set the tone. We usually inside my coaching program, Mondays we kind of get a feel for things and then start putting out things that we need to be doing. So let's jump into the charts and I'm going to share my screen and start off with a disclaimer. I'll show you a trade from Friday, one that just happened now, or within the last like half hour or so. And then let's go and see if we can get out there and look out for some other stuff. So let me leave up this disclaimer for a few seconds for your protection and ours. Okay. That's here. It's also going to be linked in the description, folks. Oh, by the way, always go to the link in the description if you want to get links to some of our content. If we're doing a giveaway or you want to know where to get more information about some of the ways we trade, always link in the description. I put a lot of good stuff in there. So go there. Let me get rid of this. This is okay. Let me actually get started with some history here. Okay. So on Thursday last week, I was talking with my student. His name is David. And I was showing him how to set up trades in TradingView. So you can see here that set up there on the micro ES. Okay. So you can see that buy limit, the stop loss, and then take profit. And basically all I'm doing in the video is I want to show him he was having trouble setting up the trade. So sometimes I give a video answer to my students when they have a problem, just more efficient for me and them. So luckily Friday morning, not luckily, but my daughter was sick. So I was home, didn't even know this trade had triggered. And as you can see, if you guys look granularly, you'll see the numbers match up pretty well. But more importantly, you can see the pattern matches up pretty well. And basically price came in. You can see that arrow there. And then up here was the exit where it's a sell limit. That was about a $600 profit. As of when I took that screenshot, it went a little bit further. I mean, I think like 650 or something like that. So it's not the biggest deal. But that pattern we just saw again. I'm going to start with the SPY because I know that's what most of you are trading who follow us. And I'll show what it'll look like in the micros, the micro feed. I've been using the micros more so than the full contract lately. But there's Friday's trade on the version of the SPY. The SPY and the ES, they don't look exactly the same. I will tell you, I get it. But similarly enough, that is basically the setup. And then it jumped up up to a high of about 586. We are today. This morning looked like a sell-off right at the open. I saw some messages from people asking me about it. I couldn't get to them first thing. I was dropping the kids off at school, but price came down here and now it's held. And now this is my problem with the SPY. I get it, and I get why you guys love it. There's nothing wrong with it. Trade it, right? I know you guys are doing you got your strategy, I've got mine, or your tactics, whatever. But here's the SPY, came down to 580. And just do a green line there. And we got a little bit of pop. I think it has more juice left in it. But on the micro ES, you already had a nice, like a similar looking trade, but it was just beautiful, right? So let's go in here, right? And that would have been I didn't take this, by the way. This wasn't a real trade, but I just wanted to show you what it would have looked like. Price came in, touched this area here, immediately rocketed to about a three. I think that's 3.5 to 1. So risk 100, you made 350. I mean, in an hour, if it was even a half hour, probably half an hour. I don't know. I think it's a superior product. You guys can argue with me down in the comments and tell me, the trading SPY, 0 DTE is better. That's up to you. I can't trade for you. So, but just giving you my 2 cents of doing this for a while. So let me come in here and let me go back to the SPY and just give you my 2 cents on where we are and what, the week could potentially look like. So I actually thought we were headed for some selling pressure in the market. Let me get some of these lines off so it gets a less busy, right? But we've recovered pretty nicely. I actually thought, like I said, I thought we were, I don't know if I necessarily a sell off, but just I thought there would be selling pressure and we, drag us down, drag us to the downside. So far that hasn't materialized. You adapt to your plan. It's not like a money thing, it's just like analysis, right? So, we've, reached new highs again. We've created some nice demand on the way up. This one's been used, this is used, this is still holding. I think ultimately that's going to end up, in the region of the 583. That's just me. It doesn't have too far to go to the dollar, so I think it could get there easily. And then we'll see what happens. One other thing we'll do is we'll go look at Forex Factory and see what upcoming announcements we might have. Actually, let me go do this in my other screen down here. And but right now you can't say we're headed for the downside. There's no real clean supply above. Um, if price does go through a short-term sell-off, we've got some okay areas of demand, like right there. All right, let's change this color because that's no longer fresh. I only take one shot at that. So that's been used up. This is almost, this is about out of gas. So that would be the next logical demand zone. We still got to get there. So, I mean, I think we're still in bull territory. We've got a lot of volatile events coming, right? The election's what, 2 weeks away? It doesn't look like there's a bunch of news on the horizon in the US. Unemployment claims is on Thursday. PMI is on Thursday also. Okay, so flash manufacturing PMI, flash services PMI, that could move the markets around. Um, and then Friday, nothing really. Okay, so just Thursday. Revised University of Michigan consumer sentiment. See, I always thought that was red. I thought they really liked the consumer sentiment from University of Michigan. That was like a big deal, but it's not red. So, just be aware of the PMI on Thursday morning at 9:45. That's late. I always thought everything was 8:30. Anyway, be concerned about that. But that's where we are on the S&P. I don't know if the Qs looks the same. That demand zone I showed you. Did look the same. Yeah, wow. Not as clean on the Qs, and that's gonna happen. Yeah, it's gonna happen. This supply area looks a little bit better on the Qs right there. They all do trade together usually, but I like this quite a bit. Okay, so that's a nice supply area on the Qs. Let me just adjust this a little bit. Okay, so that's the Qs. Uh, Sitting in the middle. You see, this is coming off kind of weak on the Qs. That's interesting. They usually, like I said, trade together, but not in perfect, perpetuity. They do look similarly. We have tested demand, no fresh demand right here because that's touched right there. But down here we do have one. Structurally, I'm not like a huge fan of it. But you know. Ooh, I think I went to the wrong one. Hold on 1 second. Oops. Okay, got it. All right, it looks about the same as whatever the hell that was. So, um, on the supply side, that's pretty good. Okay, demand is tested. Demand is wow, that's tested a bunch. Okay, um, not loving this. Well, the Qs is a little bit different of a picture. I know that's a much shorter time frame, I guess, the zone down there I have. I guess on a 30 if I'm betting, man. Yeah, something just keeping my eye on. Q's picture is not as clear as the SPY, funny enough. Um, yeah, I don't like that there. So yeah, I just like this supply area here to maybe hold price down for a bit. Not loving anything else below for getting long. But IWM I gotta actually save. Sorry guys, I can't do the IWM today because I gotta do it for my Zoom tomorrow. A couple people asked about it. So let's go look at a couple stocks. Tesla. earnings in a couple of days, so I think we'll just stay away from Tesla for a bit. Well, Tesla's kind of in no man's right now. They're just waiting for earnings. Earnings is going to pop or they're going to drop. It is what it is. Can't do anything about it. There's ways to take advantage of it. Some unorthodox ways. Definitely schedule a call with me if you're interested in some different type of earning plays. Mitch has been using one with a lot of success for a while now. We can go over the details for you with you and what that looks like. But right now, Tesla's kind of no man's land. I'm not going to start dropping the time frame. They're waiting for earnings. Let's go look at Apple. Okay, Apple rocketed right off that demand zone I talked about. Like on two, we didn't do a video last weekend. I was too busy. Um, but that's pretty solid. Um, we're just about at new highs. I mean, if I could drop the time frame just to see if there's something we can jump into, but they're gonna have earnings after short order also. That demand zone is beautiful. Somewhere in here. Okay, that's pretty nice. Okay, but beware of earnings. We still got a little time for them. Okay, so not much though. Just next week, but in there is something. It's so far away. Earnings is gonna push that down. Usually we're aware of when that's happening, and Mitch has got his eye on that for the in our trade room. Um, what's going on there? Let's look at a couple more stocks because I haven't done the video for a while. So, uh, the daily is for the 2 hour. There was some interesting levels lately. Oh, I see. Yeah, we were looking there. Not much here on Microsoft. Meta. Meta should have earnings. Oh, Meta, yeah, there you go. October 30th next week. Mitch did a great play on that on an earnings trade last quarter too. So um it's kind of just hanging out here. Just it's deciding where it wants to go. This is all chewed up, but if you need a short-term play right before earnings, I like right in here. It's pretty nice because we got that gap and then the follow through. Okay. And there's one other technique that we can make this as we call it qualifying, meaning it has to go through a checklist. So it meets a bunch of different qualities, and there's one over here that I'll talk about if you guys want to schedule a call with me. Go to the link in the description. But uh market gave us market was quiet, I felt like for a little bit, and I wasn't getting as many setups. And now I feel like as we head into earnings, some are materializing a little bit better. So, that's pretty great. I think I'm going to call it a day there, folks. I really wanted to give a ton of, good value on those setups that I looked at from last week and how they compare to the SPY. Am I a fan of trading this? It's great, man. It's wonderful if you like doing it. If you like trading the, 0DTE, that's your business. I'm not going to tell you how to trade unless you're a student of mine. I really do prefer the micro futures. I think they're just a superior product. That's just to me. You've got to be the trader you want to be. But yeah, hopefully this is going to help you capitalize on the biggest market movers and, keep an eye on it. Beware of earnings, be aware of the PMI on Thursday, um, and, act accordingly. But if you guys want to get more information from me, go to the link in the description. I'll have some links there. And if you did like this video, if you go ahead and hit the like button would be amazing. Really tells the algorithm, we're doing good stuff. So I'd appreciate that. But with that, if you guys have any questions, please let me know or leave a comment, and I will talk to you soon. Take care.